So setup-wise, I think just trying to get your head a little bit more up rather than sort of just dropping down a bit too much. Okay, that's definitely going to help your spine rotate more effectively. As we said, the top half takes the movement back. Okay, so you get that drill with the head up against the wall there. So the top half's going to rotate, the lower half's going to follow through. If we look at this one here now, as we go back, okay, the line's going to move off the head there. As we go back, there's a gap now appearing between your legs about here. As you get to about here, the gap's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And we've lost that to the top of the back, so your head's gone forward quite a bit there, okay? If we look now on this one going back, there's a little bit of head forward, but for the first part of the swing, there's no gap, 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 no gap. Just starting to creep a little bit there now, and at the top of the backswing, it's a smaller gap for me, which is again, it's progress. That's what we're looking for, and again, the ball flight is getting better. Ideally, there shouldn't be much of a gap, really. I mean, a little bit of daylight's fine. If you can get that much gap there, for me, that's probably on the edge of where we can get away with, hence where the shots are okay. That, for me, is too much. And as a result of the shot, when you come back down, we can see the weight now going on the tiptoes and the club now coming outside the path now into the golf ball. So out to in. You compare this one now as you come back in here. Different frame there. It's a different strike point in here. Your club now, your weight now is maintained back on your centre part of your feet. You're on your tiptoes now trying to rebalance. The club now is coming more in from this way as opposed to that way. It's a more direct hit. More
Does that cause a slice, that one?
That will cause
slice. Because I do slices.
Yeah, that if you're coming from out to in, if the golf ball, if the club is aiming over there, and the path of the golf club is this way, the ball then will just do that.
Right.
Okay. Vice versa, if the club face is pointing on the yellow arrow and the swing path is the red one, the ball will do that.
Right.
But obviously we're trying to get the ball to go fairly sort of neutral and straight. Ideally the club coming from a sort of more direct angle, plus it's a more efficient way to hit a golf ball. We're coming in the more direct, hitting the back of the ball flat rather than coming as a glancing blow. The ball's now going to start going the 170, 180 we should be getting with a 5-iron, and you can rotate through now, and that swing to me, pretty good balance to see. We're rotating through now under control, nice and relaxed. It's minimising that sort of forward lean too much. There's a little bit there, but not as much. Yeah. To be fair, though, it's never going to go from what it was to what it needs to be like that. There's always going to be that progress down the line. So this, in some ways now, we're sort of, here is sort of number 1 swing, here's number 2 and 3, 4, 5, and maybe it's sort of 5, 6 or 7 will be in a sort of fairly good position, okay? Yeah. And the gap between your lower half, for me, you're feeling a lot more stable in the lower half. Thus, in the results in your shots, you're now in a 5-iron, 170, 160, which is what we should be doing. So you're getting a gap now between your clubs, rather than saying, I'll sit with 7-iron rest of my life. And
was I hitting a 5-iron off the floor as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Would
have been. Well, you can say, well, look at the ball.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be on that tee bag there, would it?
But I didn't think of that. On a course, I wouldn't even do that.
Yeah. So there's, well, you can now.
Yeah. Okay. But if I had a fairway shot, I wouldn't dream of getting a 5-iron.
Well, that's again. Well, I would say now, we have a couple of your 3 when you're hybrid and stuff, but you can start hitting them off the tee, even off the ground, but a very small tee. Then get your 5-iron going. That's then you're now going to be going potentially 180. That's 360 now with 2 shots, rather than going 7-iron, 100-yard shot with a wedge. So you're getting a bit more distance now. It's going to make holes. The first on the button now you can reach in 2. Yeah. Which now is 7-iron. You're probably struggling to. Third on the button with the right conditions, you can get there with a 3rd shot being quite short. Yeah. 4th easy with 3 shots. The 5th you might get there in 4 rather than probably potentially 5. You're eliminating that sort of maybe 6, 7, 8 holes in the round where you're getting 1 less shot per hole if we're striking them properly.
Well, I've started balancing out to 110 around now because I was capable on a right meltdown before. Yeah. I haven't had a meltdown for a long time. I kind of get around. I've done a 36 over twice in a row, I think. Yeah. So, and I look at the stats or whatever, and I'm sort of looking at them thinking, right.
Short game's probably where some of the scores are going to come down, but at least if we can get the ball towards the green a little bit easier, it's going to make the scores come down a couple of shots anyway.
I reckon I must lose 5 shots a game in just wasted shots.
If you think where this golf ball goes here, that ball's scuttled, you can see it sort of scuttling over there somewhere. So if you've hit that ball there, it's gone 35 yards in the air, okay? Yeah. Compared to that one's gone 160. So if you hit that shot on the golf course, as left as that was, that's in the trees lost, potentially, or in the thick rough. You're now playing 3 from here, not 2 from down the fairway 180 yards.
I must play at least 3 or 4 of those around.
Yeah, exactly. That kills your round. That kills the hole. Because then you're always trying to play catch up from that bad shot. Yeah. So your next one after that's probably a bad shot as well. Plus you peed off because you've duffed it. Yeah. And you're playing the shot quite quickly afterwards. So it's still fresh in you had that duff shot. Then the next one might go, okay, well don't go to the left and you shoot it way to the right. And you're playing zigzag golf down the fairway. So.
Well, only once did I have a round where I completely